What if I told you there's a job that could pay you an incredible amount of money every year? A job with no boss, no meetings, no traffic, no coworkers. You could spend your days fishing, reading, sleeping, or simply staring out at the endless ocean. Sounds perfect, right? But there's a catch. You would have to live completely alone in the middle of the sea, surrounded by nothing but water. No neighbors, no city lights, no easy way to leave. And when a storm arrives, the waves can become so powerful that they crash over the entire structure you're living in. This is the reality of lighthouse keepers. And despite the high pay and freedom, many people consider it one of the most terrifying jobs on Earth. But that raises a bigger question. Why were lighthouses built in the first place? Why have humans spent thousands of years maintaining these lonely towers in some of the most dangerous locations imaginable? And why was it so important that their lights never go out? To answer that, we need to travel back in time. Long before airplanes, highways, and GPS navigation existed, back when the sea was humanity's greatest highway. For thousands of years, oceans connected civilizations. Ships carried food, goods, knowledge, and people across vast distances. But traveling across the ocean was incredibly dangerous. Sailors had no satellite maps, no radar, no modern navigation systems. Instead, they relied on the sun during the day and the stars at night. And when storms covered the sky, they could become completely lost. Imagine sailing through total darkness. You don't know where the coastline is. You don't know where the hidden rocks are. And you have no idea whether you're heading towards safety or disaster. Many ships never made it home. Some crashed into underwater rocks. Others disappeared forever. One mistake could destroy an entire vessel and kill everyone on board. As trade expanded, these dangers became a serious problem. Coastal cities depended on merchants arriving safely. Every lost ship meant lost money, lost supplies, and lost opportunities. Something had to change. And eventually, one of the most brilliant ideas in human history emerged: the lighthouse. One of the most famous examples appeared in ancient Egypt, near the city of Alexandria. At the time, Alexandria was one of the most important trading centers in the world, but reaching the city wasn't easy. The waters surrounding it were filled with dangerous rocks and hidden hazards. Many ships were damaged before they could even reach the harbor. The rulers of Alexandria realized they needed a solution, so they commissioned a massive tower unlike anything the world had ever seen. A tower that would guide sailors safely through the darkness. That structure became known as the Lighthouse of Alexandria, and it would eventually become one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Standing nearly 400 feet tall, it was an astonishing achievement for its time. Built from bright stone and visible from great distances, the lighthouse served as a beacon for ships approaching the city. At its top, a massive fire burned continuously. The light could be seen far out at sea, helping sailors avoid dangerous areas and find their way home. For countless captains, that light meant survival. The success of Alexandria's lighthouse changed everything. Soon the idea spread across the world. More coastal regions began constructing towers to guide ships. Wherever dangerous rocks existed, wherever strong currents threatened navigation, lighthouses began to appear. Over time, they became essential to global trade. But keeping these towers operational was not easy. In the beginning, lighthouse keepers had to maintain giant fires every single night. They constantly supplied wood, oil, and fuel. If the fire went out, ships could lose their guide through the darkness, and disaster could follow. As technology improved, fires were eventually replaced by lamps. Then came electric lighting, but even electric lights had limitations. The light simply didn't travel far enough. Scientists needed a way to make the beam stronger, and that's when a remarkable invention changed lighthouse history forever. A French engineer named Augustin-Jean Fresnel developed a revolutionary lens, known today as the Fresnel lens. Unlike ordinary lenses, it could focus and concentrate light into an incredibly powerful beam. Suddenly, lighthouse signals could travel much farther than before. Ships could spot them from enormous distances, and maritime navigation became dramatically safer. Even today, many modern lighthouses still use principles based on Fresnel's invention. But while technology improved, the life of lighthouse keepers remained difficult, extremely difficult. Many lighthouses were built on isolated rocks far from shore. Some stood in places where storms raged for days. Others faced giant waves powerful enough to shake the entire structure. During severe weather, lighthouse keepers could become trapped for weeks, cut off from the rest of the world, completely alone. Imagine hearing nothing but wind, rain, and crashing waves, day after day, night after night. No conversations, no visitors, no escape, just you and the endless ocean. For some people, the isolation became unbearable. The loneliness was often more dangerous than the storms themselves. Yet despite these challenges, lighthouse keepers continued their work because they understood something important. Thousands of lives depended on them. A single light shining in the darkness could prevent a tragedy. It could save an entire crew. It could guide a ship safely home. And that's what makes lighthouses so fascinating. They are far more than simple towers. They are symbols of guidance, symbols of safety, and symbols of humanity's determination to overcome even the harshest environments on Earth. Today, advanced GPS systems and modern technology have reduced our dependence on traditional lighthouses, but many still stand, watching over coastlines, enduring storms, and reminding us of a time when a single beam of light could mean the difference between life and death. Because in the end, the most remarkable thing about lighthouses isn't their height or their technology. It's the people who are willing to live alone in some of the world's most dangerous places, just to keep that light shining.